Okay, so now we're going to make an instrument using the potentiometer. Boop, boop, boop. The potentiometer is really simple. It's a knob. So it's a little metal piece and you can turn it. And this will change the resistance in the circuit. And we can actually measure how much you're turning it using the computer. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to plug the potentiometer into this breadboard here. So the breadboard works now so that each one of these legs here in the potentiometer is now connected to one of these vertical columns in the breadboard. So next thing I'm going to need, there are 3 legs on the potentiometer, so we're going to need 3 wires. I'm going to take a wire and I'm going to connect it vertically here to each of the legs on the potentiometer. So make sure you line up these wires with the legs of the potentiometer. So now I'm going to need to connect the wires here to the GPIO strip. So first thing to know is the middle wires, the wire that's connected to the middle pin, that one goes to A0. So A0 here is that special pin with the white background. It's 3 from the top. 1, 2, 3. Now the 2 outer pins, I can connect them to 3.3 volts, which is the top one, and GND, which is ground, which is the second from the top. So there you go. That's how you wire up the potentiometer. I'm going to go to the black E-brain section where we have different blocks to control the E-brain, and I'm going to use the analog 0 read block. This block lets us read in values from the potentiometer, which is connected to the A0 pin. So when I click on it, you see now I get the number 7. Now as I turn my potentiometer, it quickly goes up to the number 1024. So you see I keep turning it and we keep getting different numbers. So depending on how much I turn it, the number changes. So let's make that into a musical instrument. Let's make it so when I turn the knob, we get a different pitch. So I'm going to go to the control section here, the yellow section. I'm going to take when space bar pressed. I'm going to go into sound, and here I'm going to play note for half a beat. So in this case it plays note 60 for half a beat. I want to be able to change the note it plays using the potentiometer, but the notes that we can hear are between 40 and about 130, and the potentiometer goes between about 8 it seems and about 1024. So that won't work. We're going to need to divide that number, and we're also going to need to add to that number. So the first thing, the lowest number we can possibly get is 40. So let's say analog 0 read was the number 0, so we'd do 0 plus 40 and we'd get at least 40. So we want a plus 40 in there, and here we're going to divide analog 0 read. It goes up to 1000, and we only want it to go up to about 100. So let's divide it by 10, and that would mean that now the highest number we can get is 102.4, and the lowest number we can get is, looks like 0.7 or so. So let's put those together, and now the number we get should be between 140 and 40. So that's good because that's in the audible range. So now when I press the space bar, you can hear different sounds depending on how much I turn. Easy peasy. Oh wow. Oh wow, it's a robot.